Hello Gemini, this read is for you. Welcome to my channel. My name is Madeleine Parker. And if you would like a personal read, my email link is listed below in the description box. So feel free to email me if you'd like a read. And this read is going to be for the energy of Gemini for this current astrology, which is, we've got Mercury going into retrograde in a couple days, maybe today or tomorrow. Then we have Venus stationing into the sign of Sagittarius on the 1st of November. So this read is going to be about that for Gemini, and then so let's just take a quick look and see what houses that lands on. So for Mercury in retrograde in the sign of Scorpio, it will be for Gemini in the 6th house. Mercury retrograde, and then Venus will go into Sagittarius in the 7th house. Okay, we just had a new moon in Scorpio, so that would have been for Gemini in the 6th house. Okay, so this looks like, because we've got communication in the 6th house, work-related relationships, possibly communication to possibly work projects from the past coming up for revisiting. And then we've got this relationship, so and then in Sagittarius in the 7th, perhaps adventures opening up in relationships, fun, travel maybe with relationships. So let's have a look and see how this is going to affect the energies of Gemini. And I like to think that my reads cover wherever Gemini sits in your chart, whatever house it rules, and also for whatever planets you have, but mostly, of course, for your ascendant and your rising sign, okay? I invite in the highest guides and angels to be in this read so that I may guide Gemini to their highest, best destiny in love and life. Thank you, Spirit, for being in this read, and grant me clarity to communicate, or to communicate it clearly. Okay. Gemini. Communication card right there. Sun, King of Wands, 7 of Cups. Another communication card. 5 of Wands. Ooh, right there in the 11th spot of the read, we get the Fool card. Now I'm going to go ahead and do that, just to give it a little bit more, flank that bottom of the deck so I can get clarity on that. All right, let's go ahead and see what is going on for Gemini. All right, we've got the Page of Cups, which represents communication, honest. Now, we did talk about Mercury in Mercury in Scorpio, so Scorpio is a very honest, true energy. Or they seek the truth. They're about the truth. It's emotional. Scorpio is going to be emotional energy. Let's see what else. There's emotions. I feel like emotions are going to come up for Gemini that haven't possibly been addressed, that they've turned away from possibly communicating, because this is the out of alignment card and this is a fire sign. So I would say, and then we get the breaking free, and then we get the 7 of Cups. So I'm going to say there's a truth and a deep meaning and communication from things they have turned away from in the past that they sought other options around. They're breaking free of that, and they're they're going to commit. So let's take it around again. So there's some form of communication from the heart and honesty for the Gemini that they're ready to start doing, that they turned away from, possibly because they don't believe in necessarily. They turned away from a creative approach to something and a creative way of being, which they're now breaking free from, because the universe is supporting them to break free from this, realizing that other opportunities or other options have not really led anywhere, have thrown them off off their path because they've been seeking more status or more image or more perhaps finances, and they are now committing because we've got this retrograde in Scorpio. We're going back and revisiting meaningful things that are more deeply or more important or more real and honest, and then committing to it, because this card always represents committing to something that's of higher standing or higher calling or divinely willed, sort of non-egoistically desired, shall we say. It's a more pure spiritual endeavor. It involves a soul mission for the Gemini, and now then we get the communication card here in my and then we get the Fool card. So this is my spot in the read that indicates communication from the divine or the message from the divine. This is head divine, what the divine wants you to address in your feeling space, heart space, feeling what the divine wants you to know about your feelings. Then these two lines cross to heart head alignment, creating a brand new beginning here. We got the Fool card. So this is a revisiting of a deeply meaningful project, relationship, something that's deep in the heart of the Gemini that they turned away from for statusy, imagey reasons, but it's in their heart to do. It's going to create a brand new start for them, and they're going to now know that this is something they can commit to and go after in a really fast way. This is going to speed things up for Gemini in their feeling fulfilled about life, doing things that actually really mean something, because we're turning away from superficial choices, and possibly living a life of frivolity, I suppose, and turning in and focusing, turning into yourself, into your truth, into your depth, into your feelings, to start a new beginning that's more heartfelt, more meaningful. And the divine wants you to know that this might be challenging at first, but to turn away from this is no longer good for you. You're no longer able to do it. And the divine wants you to know that it's safe to do this and to go after it. And whatever sadness about things that haven't been reciprocal, or money that hasn't been made, or there hasn't been let's say a situation that has not seemed to be giving back or giving what you want, has made you sad. But this is really going to be a heartfelt, it's forced you to go into your heart of what you feel is actually really true and what will really be something that you want to really nurture. And this is something that's going to involve more feminine, it's a more feminine approach to this whatever this is. It could also be a relationship, because we did talk about the 7th house for Gemini in Venus. So these can be relationship businesses that involve true meaningful purpose. And then we've got the Empress here, meaning that this is something that is of a more feminine nature, a nurturing, possibly nurturing the greater whole, caring about the greater whole. It's a higher mission. Again, these cards are coming together. So this is something that the universe is supporting very strongly. So if you are Gemini and you are seeing a more heartfelt desire to do something, and you can kind of clearly see what that is, the universe is suggesting you take that risk and leap and go for it, because this is going to guide you to, first of all, a breakthrough and a freedom to being who you really are, in a way, freer communication. That's what that seems to say to me, of more joy, and it's going to bring you more joy in your life because it's something you really love. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's in your heart. You're going to go after this when you break through the initial burden around it, which won't be long. This is a safe endeavor, and this is something that you've been conflicted about for a long time, because it clashed with something deep in your, it clashed with what you thought you turned away from it. It clashed because you felt you should be doing something different. But that thing that you're doing that you thought you should be doing different is not reciprocating. So you kind of are forced now to take action towards something that is truly in your heart, that the universe, I mean, that's fantastic. This is a whole new journey, breaking through this blockage to start a whole new journey. Might feel a little bit heavy to get going, but break through that. Things are going to turn in alignment around this, because it's hard. This is a positive. This is really the universe saying, go for this. You know why? Because I think this is, when you follow your heart, this is going to help the world. It's going to nurture the environment. It's going to help the world in some way, because she cares, the Empress. And so I'm going to pull a Tao card and see a Taoist card, I guess is the right way to pronounce it, and see what comes out for Gemini of the clarity. New beginnings. Well, isn't that funny? Longevity. See, then we also get the longevity card underneath, which means this is, when it's based in the heart, this is a true venture. Because we just had that, we said we had that new moon in Scorpio for Gemini in the 6th. So this is a new way of living, a new day-to-day routine. Your whole life's going to sort of, I suppose I can say change, because you've got a new beginning here. Because you are stepping up and committing to something that you actually really believe to be more in alignment and true-hearted. And because of that, it's going to give you longevity. And see how longevity hit on the other options or superficial don't have longevity. They might be kind of fun, or appear to bring you status, or appear to be what we're supposed to do. But this new beginning is an emancipation from that. It's a set free. It's being set free. So this is a wonderful read. Thanks, Gemini, for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day. Namaste.